the very first episode, man. And on today's episode, man, I got my dog, man. I'm talking about a very humbling dude, man. Now he's a producer, man, with the school with this man, dog. I'm talking about all the way around, man, just 100 with it, man. But anyway, man, I got my dog, Classified Alias, in the building right now, man. What's up? What's been going on with you, though, man?
Not much, man. Life been good, man. Like we said, man, just kind of kicking it, working, staying out the way, man. Staying busy, staying productive, man. That's it.
Okay. What's up? So take me back, man, before you Classified Alias, man. Take me back where it all started from, man.
Yeah. So from Birmingham, went to JO. That's how we met each other, man, back in 9th grade. Long time ago. It sounds crazy.
Believe it or not, I think middle school, though.
Was it middle school?
Green Acres.
I went to Bush.
Oh, shit.
But it might have been some crossover somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I started playing piano in the 3rd grade. Started playing trumpet in 4th grade. And playing in church. I used to go down to downtown on Saturday. My parents would take me and my sister to the Carver Theater. And they would have lessons at the Jazz Hall of Fame every Saturday. So we would learn more there. And so something at the time when I was a kid I didn't feel like doing. But I'm glad they didn't let me quit. And so long story short, man, kept playing, kept learning, and ended up going to school. I didn't go to school for music, but I went there on a scholarship for music. Playing and it just kind of went from there, man. But I was introduced to like the producing side, like late elementary school, early middle school. I had some family members who were into that. And I used to walk to my cousin's house. He had a desktop with Fruity Loop on there. This might have been like Fruity Loop 7 or something like that. And just started playing around, man. And I fell in love with it.
Okay, why trumpet and piano? Like, why didn't you choose the other instrument that was available to you?
I don't know, man. I think with piano, that was just something that it just looked cool to do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like anytime you can see somebody play piano by themselves at a bar or a concert, whatever, and still do everything they need to do. You can't do that with every instrument.
Yeah.
Like that's an instrument that you don't really need anybody to accompany you with. So I was like, well, I learned that. Like, I'm sure I can do a lot more, and I can learn a lot more. And I did. Trumpet, crazy enough, I didn't really pick trumpet. My teacher at elementary school, he was like, "What you want to play?" And I didn't know this call. I was like, and I'm glad he gave me trumpet. And like, he could have put any instrument in my hand, you know what I'm saying? But he knew what I was talking about, and he gave me the trumpet, and we just kept rocking from there, man. So
yeah.
I was just kind of trying something.
Yeah. I asked that because I noticed that when I was listening to some of your instrumentals and looking at some of your videos, that's like the key thing you go to.
Yeah.
Like, far as like, especially when you do your live performance.
Yeah.
Like the World Games. What was that feeling like performing in that type of environment right there?
It was cool, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like that was a pretty big moment for me and my guy West Cam. And he and I have been rocking together for a while, for years, man. And so it was just cool. Like we've always been working together. And when that opportunity came, he hit me. We had a conversation, and we went through the whole process and ended up getting it. But it was crazy, man. It was surreal. I think the most important part about that, aside from us being able to like express ourselves through our talent and show we've been working on what we do, but it was also to have like our families and our friends like to see us like do that in front of them. Yeah. I think that's the first time a lot of my extended family or some of my other friends have seen me in that environment. And so they've heard music and they've seen me like in the studio, but like in that kind of environment it's been different. So it was cool, man, to be able to show them like what I'm doing, and to share that moment with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On a stage like that. So
as far as producer wise, who are some of your favorite producers to work with?
To work with, man. I got of course my guy Luke Crowder. We've been working together a lot lately, over the past couple years. So super talented, crazy amount of awards and accolades and all that good stuff, man. So, it's cool to have a peer, in that space who's, as creative as he is and knows as much. And so we kind of like feed off each other. Jazz, her name's Jasmine Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
She's a genius. She plays everything. She can sing, she writes, does the whole nine. Who's some of my other favorites in the city? ITP, Isaiah. Actually, we grew up together playing at the Jazz Hall of Fame. He played drums.
Yeah.
And so we reconnected some years back and been working together. Some of my favorite to listen to. Wesley Huffman, D-Pain, Kitwan McCoy, Kid Don't Miss. It's a bunch of guys, man, and girls that are super good, man, at what they do on the producing side. And I've enjoyed really working with them. And so, yeah, we do a thing every week or every 2 weeks. And like on Wednesdays. And we just get together, just a bunch of us. Another one, Akil Pratt. Yeah, it's some people out here, man. Moment of transparency. At one point, like a while ago, I was like, I gotta be the, I'm the best producer in the city, whatever, boom.
Yeah.
And then I met some of these guys, and I was like, all right, I said it in my room. I ain't gonna say it out loud. You know what I'm saying? Because it's some people here, man, who are like amazing, dog. Like, I've learned so much from them, and it's cool to just be in the same rooms and conversations with these people, and be able to create with them. So,
yeah, your style's so unique, man. When I like I said, when I hear your beat, I hear a mix of different genres in your style. So, what are some of the genres you pull from?
Gospel, man. Again, I grew up in church. Grew up playing, and so yeah, I pull from gospel heavy, jazz. I love jazz. I don't know. It's just like a culmination of everything, man. Like I consider myself like a genre blender, where I don't really have a certain sound I want to go for or a certain style. It's just kind of whatever makes sense. So I'll find a way to blend, jazz and like Brazilian funk or gospel and trap. You know what I mean? Like just finding ways to do things like that, man. So I just kind of go in and play what I feel, man, and see what happens.
Piggyback off that to play how you feel. Like, what's your process when it comes to making beats?
It kind of depends, man. Like if I'm going in, sometimes I have an idea. Like I might hear something, or I might have an idea that just sparks, and I want to go in and I know what I want to make, and I go in there and just like find the best way to bring that out. And sometimes I don't have anything. I just go in there and just cooking, whatever. It also depends if I'm doing this for an artist. Am I doing this for a beat tape? Am I doing this for like a film score or something? But yeah, man, usually I've been trying to do this thing where I forgot where I saw it, but they call them like 7-minute warm-up. Yeah. So you sit down, I open up my computer, open everything up, and then set a time of 7 minutes. I just go like, don't stop for 7 minutes, and whatever I make is what I made. You know what I mean? So it takes the thinking out of it. Like, oh, maybe I should use this snare. Maybe I should use these keys. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like you don't think about it. It's like I'm gonna just create. You know what I mean? So it's like you on autopilot. You don't have to really think about or overthink or overproduce whatever you're doing. It's like just do it, man. Get it out of there. And sometimes end up making like something that's actually fire. And sometimes it'd be like, but again, it's just to get that out. It's like a warm up. You know what I mean? So I don't think I have like a set process. It's just kind of like
just get in here, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know what I'm here for.
Oh, that's cool. Who are some of the artists you to work with? Artists now.
I've worked with of course West Cam. I've done some work with Club AM when I did this EP back in 2018, 2019, Small World. Who else, man? Richard Daniel, Mel Crosby. Did some work with Love Moore. Yeah, man, I'm trying not to blink. I be hating naming people, man, because I'm like, oh dang, I forgot somebody. But yeah, I work with a cool amount of people, man. I recently did some work with Lecrae, which was cool.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, that was cool. And some other stuff in the works, man. Just kind of, let me forget Goldie, an artist here in Birmingham. Her name is Goldie. So yeah, I've done some work with a lot of people around the city.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. The people that you just named, is they from Birmingham or just outside?
Yeah, most of them are from Birmingham. I work with people outside of Birmingham too, but the people I've worked the most with or the closest with have been here.
For sure.
Which I appreciate, like us being able to like really build
and network.
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
all right. I was looking on just scrolling on your Apple Music, just trying to pull different songs or beats or whatever. And what brought to my attention is Hero's Journey.
Yeah.
Like, what made you make that a 4-piece series?
Man, I thought about that. I had that idea at this is around COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man, like I just wanted to do a beat tape.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, in alliance with the videos that I was doing with it, I want to do videos for like the beat so that like, well, let me backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So it started by, when you hear a song, if you hear a full record, an artist, the producer, all those things, when you hear that and you hear a story in the song, you know what the song is about because the artist is telling you what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's just a beat by itself, then it's kind of like you don't know. I'm not putting words in here unless I'm chopping a sample or something like that. But I'm not putting the words in there, so you don't know what my mindset was, what my emotion was, what the story I want to tell behind this music is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, how can I do that? Like, besides the title of the beat.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like building out these videos behind all of them, just kind of like that were tied to exactly what this music looked like to me, And so, and yeah, I titled the series Hero's Journey just based off like, it's an age-old like character arc, just kind of like that we've seen in, thousands of stories just about like the process and the progress of a person's life. So, just trying to find ways to like have a culmination of like the idea and the execution and what it looks like all around.
Also, I seen you won the award, the Stellar Award. Like, how that came about too?
The work we did with Lecrae and D Smoke on the Church Clothes 4 album, the song Can You Hear Me Now?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, like, again, that's the beauty of just like having that community, man, and that tribe of the producers and musicians around.
Yeah.
And Luke and I worked on that. And it landed in that camp, man. Made its way and how it did that. And it got there. And so that album dropped in February. But we had done the track like the previous September or something like that. So we didn't know until like a week before it dropped it was happening. So yeah, man. So that's how we got the Stellar Award. And we got nominated for a Dove Award last week, I believe. So, things are
just rolling.
Things are rolling, man. Yeah.
That's fine, man. I like that, man. I just recently seen that you was it To My Right?
Yeah.
Who did you work with that on To My Right? Because I like that beat.
Yeah, that was with Wesley Huffman, another multi-instrumentalist, man, that plays bass, plays drums. He does like live arrangements. Super, super, super talented guy, man. We worked on a few things together that we're excited to roll out. So that was the first one we put out. So yeah, shout out to Wes on that.
Yeah, I think that's when I seen that he played he played the bass or something like that.
Yeah, I seen. Actually, they have a Vibe Tribe coming up on the 23rd, and he's on the ticket for that. So man, I heard some of the stuff he got going. Yeah, and I'm excited on front row, ready to see that.
yeah, that was up, man. Any goals you got for this year that you trying to work towards, or or accomplish?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to do the music thing full time, man. I of course like have a solid career outside of this that I'm happy and fulfilled with, but I'm just trying to do that, man. Be able to support myself, my folks, do the music, and be able to create. And I think it's possible this year. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? But I keep working towards it until I get it. I don't know. I just want to keep working. You know what I mean? Being able to, it was like we were talking about off camera, like being able to pay it forward, man. Helping people the same way I was helped. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been. I mean, I can't even count how many people who like, you know what I'm saying, like set me up for like a lot of the success, a lot of the opportunities that I've had. So, I just want to be able to keep doing that for other people around. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me help run that play.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like, I mean, I don't have to be a part of anything people are working on. I just want to be able to help. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to see people that I've worked with or helped being able to do, level up and do whatever else they're working on. Like it's success to me, man. So that's it, man. I don't plan on changing nothing that I'm doing right now, man. Like it's working.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I see.
I'm gonna keep rocking with it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, what's your biggest motivation behind producing?
I don't. It's like how people have hobbies. Like they like. I don't really have like hobbies. Like music. Like it's not a hobby for me. Like it started out as that, but I don't know, man. Like that's my thing. Like that's where I go where, like, I have control over everything I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like I get to create. Like I don't know if it's just like my personality or how I think, but being able to create something or do something and then see or listen to what you did and be happy with it, like is something different for me. And I don't know if it's just music. Like, I mean, for instance, like if I cut the grass, like, bro, sometimes I just sit on the porch and look, be like, yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just see it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I did that and it looked good. I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? So it's the same way with music. Like I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to create, man. So I don't really have to think about it. It's just something I like to naturally do. So, that would motivate me, man. There's not about like money or accolades or anything like that. I mean, those things are cool for sure, but I don't go in there thinking about that when I'm working.
Give me some of your top 5 jazz players.
One, you got to go Miles, man. Miles Davis. You got to go with Miles, man. I love Monk, man. Thelonious Monk. Yeah, he's dope. Well, there's a guy a lot of people may not know. Chuck Mangione. He's he plays flugelhorn. Also, I do want to plug this. Anybody selling a flugelhorn, I need that. I've been looking for one for mad long. Like I can't find one that I like. Yeah. Chuck Mangione, man, I'm a big fan of his. Who else I want to go with, man? And jazz is so like open. Like it's one of those things where, again, it's genre blending. Like it's so many styles of it. Like you can get into like brought up like Brazilian like funk or jazz and things like that. Or like the Japanese culture is like crazy with that. Like Japanese funk and like the jazz and that is crazy. Blank, man. I said Chuck. I said Miles. Monk. I don't know if we consider Nina Simone jazz. I don't know if we do. I'm gonna consider her jazz.
Okay.
Crazy voice. Like, and again, all of these are older artists, but this is how I got introduced to it. Yeah. So these are some of my favorites. And I'm gonna name one. He was local, Dr. Frank Adams. And so he was in the Jazz Hall of Fame, and played around the world, like was amazing, and was my first like teacher on that part. So he was one of those guys where, looking back, you would question like, yo, like how he still here doing this? You know what I mean? Like he could have been anywhere doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So And he taught me a lot and introduced me to a lot. So he's definitely in that top 5 for me.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, as far as producing wise, where do you or who do you see yourself working with in the next couple of years? That's big, major, small. You know, who you willing to work with that you never worked with before?
Like other producers or artists or
either or.
I don't know, man. I don't think I have like a list like of producers that I'm like, oh, I gotta work with him. Like, I'm a fan of a lot of producers. But like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of open to all the opportunities, man. Like a lot of times, actually most times, I'm not even thinking about like any of this stuff. Like it's just laying in my lap for the opportunity to come up and it's like, I bet, like we here, like let's do what we gotta do to get there. You know what I mean? And so I don't really even think about like, oh yeah, I want to work with this producer or that producer. Now artists are different. You know, I mean, of course, like one of my biggest influence in producing is Kanye. And so, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I got that vibe.
Yeah, every producer and wanna, you know what I mean? Like sit down and do something like that. Which would be dope. But yeah, man, as far as like artists, man, like Cole is at the top of my list. Cole is at the top of my list, man. And recently, man, a lot of things have been, the degrees of separation have been getting smaller. And so, you know, I'm excited to see what happens, but I'm sure they happen when I'm not expecting it. You know what I'm saying? Like pieces, like pieces like that. So, but yeah, man, I'm just kind of open to, you know what I mean?
You know what
I'm saying? I ain't saying yes to everything, but you know what I'm saying? I'm
right person at the right time.
I'm open, man. If it makes sense, and it's right, man. If you're right, let's get it done.
Yeah.
I want to talk about what this picture is, man. You've been talking about
the picture.
Yeah, for like
okay. Let me
30 minutes, man. My mind been like stuck on that, man.
The picture I was talking about.
I want to know what the backstory, like what. I have no idea what it is or what it's about.
Like it's a lady. She got on your merch shirt. And you doing I think you said Vibe Tribe.
Yeah.
Now you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I figured, when I went back and looked, I thought that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Who was that?
So that was at the Melodic Hue show. Shout out my brother Shamar. And we were downtown for a show. This is like last November. And that's my mom.
Yeah, so, I knew that. I kind of figured that was your mom.
That's my mom.
I was about to say, that's why I tried to ask who is your biggest supporter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I kind of figured that was your mom or your grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Because they just stood out to me because she had on your merch shirt and then nobody else had on it. So I was like, that got to be somebody.
Yeah, she's super solid, man. Yeah, she was there. Had the shirt on. I ain't gonna lie. Seeing like her, my dad, my sister, like cousins, aunts, uncles, all them, like, even like at World Games, bro, I'm not like a super like emotional person like that, but stuff like that will get me. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess in my mind, and I guess it's kind of backtracking towards that motivation question. Like, I mean, I know people got different stories of how they grew up, all that kind of thing. But thankfully, man, and gratefully, like, I mean, we're rich or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like, but my life was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and my parents made sure like we were straight. You know what I mean? Like we weren't like, we out here. Like I never had to like, oh man, I can't eat today. I can't, you know what I mean? I got clothes and we ain't got a crib. You know what I'm saying? And I obviously can acknowledge I'm blessed with that. And so in my mind, like everything that they've like done has obviously put me in this place where I can like experience these things. And so when I'm able to do stuff like that and they see me doing it, it's like, oh, this great. Like now you get to see like what you produce. And now I want to be able to do that to like do something for you. You know what I'm saying? Like to show you like a return on investment. Like you invested this time, the money, the resources, whatever.
So you see them.
And so it's like, now you see what it did and now let me feed it back to you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, they for sure like huge supporters, man. And shout out to my parents, man.
Shout out to moms, man.
For sure.
Do she always make it to your performances like that?
Most times, man.
Yeah.
Like, I know she got a crazy amount of videos. Like, I know memory going crazy on the phone.
Yeah.
And like, they show up, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, and all the time they can't, and I ain't tripping. Like, sometimes it'd be like, look, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
you gotta go out your way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they always do, man. Yeah. And if they can't, they'll hit me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I saw this. Like, how was that? You know what I'm saying? So
that's great, man.
Yeah, I love it.
That's what's up, boy. 100. When working with an artist, what type of vibe you looking within the artist when you creating with an artist or something like that?
I mean, I'll jump like before I work with people. Like I be wanting to just like talk. You know what I mean? Like see, you know who I am. I know who you are, and like we ain't got to get like vulnerable like a therapy session. Yeah, like that. We just kind of kick. You know what I mean? Just kind of see what kind of person we are and how we work together. Like it don't always work. Like there's some artists, and I was not gonna name no names, but there's some artists that I've worked with that super talented, just didn't mesh on like how we were like working and stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it just don't work, and that's cool. But usually, like when I find somebody I like, or if somebody reaches out to me and we end up liking what we do mutually, the first thing I like is like that voice. Like, how do you sound? And I think that's kind of how I like prioritize and tier when I'm working with somebody. Like, what do you sound like? You know, like the texture of your voice. And then that kind of guides me to know like what I should do around that to like make sure like what I'm working on, what I'm making, and what you want to hear marries well enough to like it makes the most sense of your voice. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's probably like the number one thing. And then secondly, like what is the content about? Yeah, because you can have like you can sound amazing and not be saying shit, and people still gonna listen to it. But it sound like shit. But you saying a lot, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, it's always like, how does it sound? Like, does it sound good? Like sonically? And then like, all right, now what is it like the sustenance in what you're talking about?
Okay, so do most artists look to for you to make beats on the spot, or do they just run through your track list?
Some people do. It depends. I'm getting more into like doing it on the spot now. I mean, aside from like the last maybe like 3 years, I was working solely like in my own, you know what I mean, my own space. Like 95% of everything I was doing was by myself. And then I would like, you know, work with an artist or get like a live instrumentalist for whatever to do something. But now I'm kind of like more open to have like more hands in the pot, so to speak. So yeah, I mean, I'll make stuff on the spot, but I do keep, you know what I mean, joints in the tuck. If I know, like, just say you're an artist and you get me and I know what kind of music you like, or you send me references, like, bet, I'll pull a folder and be like, okay, well, here's some joints I already got that are available. And, you know, and play them. And then if it's something like, yo, I want something else different, yeah, I'm cool with picking up.
What was the fastest you ever made a beat on the spot? Or do it just take time when you vibe, when y'all vibe, and do it take time? Or as you go in there and it be like 10, 15 minutes when you like, when both, I don't know, when the energy is right in the room. Yeah. And you will have the whole joint done. Yeah. And it'd be like, that happened some time ago. There's a bunch of us in the room. Actually, a bunch of people I was mentioning. Goldie was in there. It was a track with her. We were working on a project with her. Jazz, Rich, Luke, everybody was there. And so, and D-Pain. And so I was just there working, we were talking. And one thing led to another, man. Like, working on the joint, Rich hopped in, started singing some stuff, whatever. So, I don't know, it was total, and her writing her verses, it might have been like 20 minutes. And I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait for that to come out. That might be like top 10, top 15 I've ever done. Like beats I've ever made. Like, it was crazy. Do you also like record artists too at the same time when you in there?
Yep. So I can, it's fully functional, man. Can record live bands. You can do artists, you can do whatever. So yeah, it's fully functional for that.
For sure. Well, for the most part, for the people who want to get in contact with you, how can they reach you on social media or whatever? How can they reach you?
Man. You can find me everywhere at Classified Alias or Classified _Alias. If you want to get everything that's in one centralized place, classifiedaliasmusic.com, and that'll take you to Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon Music, the whole joint, all that good stuff, as well as social media. So, yeah, man. And you know, if somebody needs something, pull up at the studio, man.
For sure. But if somebody that you liking, send them my way too. Also,
yeah, for sure.
Because I'm just trying to find new artists I can get into.
Yeah,
you know, just spread out like that.
Yeah, I for sure. I got a few people, man, who are super interesting. I think you'll like. First person came to mind. Aside from people I was naming, this guy Derek Lilly.
Mm-hmm. If I had to come up to the one in the studio session, man.
Dog is amazing.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man. The dude is a genius, man.
Yeah. Another thing, one more question before I let you go. How you came up with the name Classified Alias?
Yeah, man. So when people ask me that, man, I be like, man, I wish I had some amazing, like, story, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't. So the reason that I got the name is I'm not like heavy into social media like that. And so this was like my sophomore year in college. And he was trying to convince me to get on Twitter. And I was like, all right, man, I'll see. And so when I was signing up, I didn't have a name. Like I was like, I don't have an alias. And I was like, well, what if it's like a secret? Like, what is a classified alias? And I just kept it. And that was like just a Twitter name. And then when I really started leaning to production, I was like, I don't really want to like use my government. So I was looking, I was like, oh, I got this. Like, let's see how that works. And I just leaned into it. I said, we here. And that was that, man. So I just stamped it and just kept rocking with it.
Yeah, man. So, it, like from your style to the name, it fits you all the way around. Yeah. And that's why I like about you, man. Because your style is unique and it's different than other producers, man. I mean, it's probably other producers that have production just like yours. But like I said, you stand out because once you pull that trumpet out, it's over with. And it seems like that's your go-to instrument. Like when you perform it to even on your beats. Yeah. Like I peeped that out. I was like, man, that's why I like his music and stuff like that.
Kind of like my calling card, man.
Yeah, like, man.
The horn on that,
When you pull that out, how people react to it when you put it out live?
Sometimes it's surprising, man, because I mean, you know, people can pull out instruments, of course. Like I think anytime somebody's doing that on any stage, like whatever instrument it is cool to me. You know what I'm saying? Like to see like a musician playing live to whatever else they're creating. But yeah, it's always usually a surprise because I mean, how many times do you see somebody playing a trumpet in front of you? You know what I'm saying? Like
unless it's a live band or something.
Yeah. And usually you're not expecting it because I'm not coming there as like the trumpeter. Like I'm not coming there as like that. I'm coming as a producer. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, it's always a nice little surprise to see people like, oh, he really played.
It ain't just no plug in to the preset to where you just copy and pasting the melodies on computer or whatever.
Yeah, so it's always cool, man. I love just seeing the reactions.
Yeah, that's dope.
And to be able to play, man. I just love playing my horn, man.
Yeah, I see that, man. Well, like I said, man, get these folks one more time where they could reach you at before I let you go.
Again, classifiedaliasmusic.com, Classified Alias, Instagram, Twitter, as well as Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all those DSPs. And like I said, hit me. Somebody did tell me once recently that was like, yeah, man, I want to DM you and hit you about like grabbing some beats or come to the studio. He was like, but I ain't had this together. I ain't know like what.
Yeah.
So I did want to say like, I mean, bro, I'm chill. Like you ain't gotta. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be like have everything together. Like, you know, we can work through it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to, like I said, man, help people how I can. You know what I'm saying? In whatever step of the process they're in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I'm here, man. So.
Well, man, man, I appreciate you for stopping through and also giving me another opportunity, man.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
no other, man. Just don't make this your last time coming through, man. So anything you got going on fresh with it was you want to promote a new beat, a new artist or whatever you got going on, man. Make sure you come through and Holla at me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And we rocking like that, man.
For sure, man. Good to see you, my boy.
Always, man. You know I'm gonna pull up on you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, till next time, man. This is Unplugged In Podcast. And I'm your host, Self-Made Lo. First one in the books.